YouTube, Kurt Curtis. I'm a part-time eBay seller and dividend stock investor. In this video, I'm going to show you every single item I sold on eBay this week. I'm also going to show you how I pack certain items that I sell on eBay. And I have some footage of me in doing the listing process. And I also have a rant about the post office. Let's get right into it. All right, this is everything I'm shipping out on Monday. Good start to the week. I have 6 orders going out. First up, sold this stick CD, brand new sealed, Big Bang Theory. I paid $1 for this, ended up selling for $14.99. Next up, I sold this lot of 3 Batman movies. Got Batman Returns, Batman and Robin, Batman Forever. On DVD, brand new sealed, all snap case. I paid 50 cents a piece for those, so I have $1.50 into this. Ended up selling for $17.99, so not too bad. Next up, sold this vintage Bulls ornament. Best record ever, 72 and 10. I believe I paid 50 cents for this at a garage sale. This thing ended up selling for $26.99, so solid sale there. Next up, sold vintage G.I. Joe. This is Lady J. This ended up selling for $23.74. Also had the backpack, which probably helped the value a little bit. Next up, sold this golf book. I got this at an estate sale for $2, sold for $14.99. And last up for the day, I sold this Caterpillar hat, paid $1 for it, ended up selling for $9.99. Here's everything I have going out on Tuesday. I only sold 2 items. This is pretty bad considering we're like a decent chunk into December at this point. This should be like prime time Christmas shopping, and I only have 2 sales for the day, but it is what it is. First up, sold this Hot Wheels, this purple Diora. Paid $2.50 for this, ended up selling for $13.99. This packaging was a little beat up, so probably could have got a little more if it was in better condition. Next up, sold this vintage G.I. Joe leather neck, ended up selling for $12.24. This is everything I have going out on Wednesday. I have 4 orders to ship out. First up, sold this vintage Uno game. This is from 1979. It's not sealed, however, the cards inside are sealed. I paid 25 cents for that at a yard sale, sold for $18.99. Next up, sold this lot of 2 Nintendo NES controllers. I tested these, they worked fine. This lot ended up selling for $17.99. Next up, sold one of these masked vehicle manuals. This one is Switchblade. If you saw my last video, you saw I just listed these last week. This one already sold, ended up selling for $14.99. And then last up for the day, I sold this lot of 31 NES cases. These all have the Nintendo logo on them. I got this in that big video game haul, and I could have included these with all the games I was selling, but I don't know, they were a little bit like dusty and stuff like that, so obviously I noted that in this listing, but I just wanted to sell them separately. I didn't feel like including them with the games. I felt like it wouldn't have increased the value that much. But yeah, this lot of 31 ended up selling for $62.24, and I'm going to ship them in this container that I was storing them in. They'll ship priority, but it won't be that heavy, so it shouldn't cost too much to ship. So solid sale there. I actually have another lot of these available, but they're just the blank ones. They don't have the Nintendo logos. Those probably aren't as desirable, but I'm sure those will sell over time. So solid sales for the day. So I wasn't planning on doing it this way, but this is how I ended up shipping that mask manual. I was gonna just tape 2 pieces of cardboard on each side of it so it wouldn't bend, and then put it in like a padded envelope, but you know, I have these DVD mailers, these like boxes, and this ended up working good. I just put it in there, and I put a little bit of bubble wrap in there so it wouldn't move around, and yeah, this thing only weighs 2 ounces. It's Thursday morning. I have 3 items to pack up and ship out today, and then I'm going to get to some listing. These are smalls right here. First up, sold this Valerian T-shirt. I have a multi-quantity listing of these. I bought 5 of these a couple of years ago, like Walmart clearance. Didn't really do too well. These things don't sell. Like, I still have 2 available after this sale, and it's been a couple of years. This thing finally sold for $9.99. I'm not going to unfold it. You can just look at the picture. When I first started selling on eBay, I did some Walmart clearance buying, and some of it actually worked out pretty good, but a lot of it didn't. So I don't know. I haven't really done it since, but that was part of that. Next up, sold this Nickelback T-Shirt. Nothing crazy here. I paid $1.36 for this at a thrift store. Finally sold for $11.24. And last up for today, sold this Disney Hunchback Cd. This is brand new sealed. Paid 50 cents for this recently at a thrift store. Sold for $9.99. This is how I ship CDs, and I've never had a problem doing it this way. I just wrap it in bubble wrap, kind of like this. And it kind of has like the flaps over on the side with some extra cushion. And I just stick it in a padded mailer. And yeah, never had anyone complain about one arriving damaged. What I do is I actually put the label on the padded mailer before I put this in there. That way the label is nice and flat and it's not all like wrinkled and stuff. But just to weigh it, since I'm going to do it that way, I just weigh it like that. So we got 4.9 ounces, it'll be 5 ounces. Could even put it up to 6, it doesn't matter. This is going to ship media mail, so it's going to be $2.80. And but yeah, never had a problem. Obviously, if it's like a $50 CD or something like that, I put it in a box, but this seems to work pretty good. Shipping t-shirts is about as easy as it gets. Yeah, with clothing, especially shirts and stuff, the work you put up front when you list it, because you have to, like, you know, put in the measurements and stuff, but when it comes time to ship, it's like the easiest thing to ship. You don't have to worry about it breaking. I just put it in one of these poly mailers, and that's the end of that. If it's a super expensive shirt, I'll like double poly mailer it. Like some people put a plastic bag over this and then put it in here. What I'll do, I don't have any plastic bags like that, so I'll just put a shirt in one of these and then put one of these and another one of these. If it's like, you know, a $50, $60 shirt or something like that. But if it's just like a regular shirt like this, I just put it right in here. Never had a problem. Once again, I put the label on this before I put the shirt in. So when I weigh it, I just weigh it the same way I did with the CD. Kind of just put everything on the scale to figure out the weight, so I don't have to put the label on the poly mailer when the shirt's already in there and then it gets all wrinkled. So that's how I do that. Pretty easy. It's Friday morning. I only have 2 orders to pack up and ship out today. First up, sold this model, this 58 Corvette Roadster. This is brand new sealed. Paid $5 for this at a yard sale. Sold for $38.24. And next up, I sold these Nerf darts, new in the package. I didn't realize this when I bought it, but when I went to list it, I realized the package was kind of open like that. But obviously, I noted that in the description. Probably hurt the value a little bit. Paid $1 for this. Sold for $11.99. Not that great a sale. Probably only making a few bucks here. However, this will still slide into first class shipping. It's Saturday morning. I have 3 things to ship out today. First up, sold a Hot Wheels. This is a red Mustang. I paid $2.43 for this. Ended up selling for $18.99. I'll have to check, but I might have more of these available that I can list. Next up, sold a DVD Flashback, The Past is Killer. This is brand new sealed. This is a screener copy. Sometimes the screeners can be worth more than the regular ones. In this case, it didn't really matter too much, but look out for that. Yeah, paid $1 for this, sold for $10.74. And last up for the day and also for the week, got this Cecil B. DeMille collection. I don't know if that pronounced that right. This is brand new sealed. Paid $1 for it, sold for $16.99. This is how I've been packing the Hot Wheels. I've been using 8x6x4 boxes, and I put a little bit of packing paper on the bottom, bubble wrap this up. It fits nice and snug right in the box. I'll put a little bit more paper on top so it won't move around, tape it up, and then it's good to go. It's not going to get crushed or anything. And the numbers for the week, I sold 20 items for a total gross sales of $377.30. All right, it's time to get to listing. Before I do that though, I actually picked up a new backdrop, like a new white kind of poster board thing. The one I had here, it's probably hard to see with this lighting, but this thing is like super dirty. It's like has dents in it. This is like I've been using this for 1.5 years, and then sometimes I just use the table. But this table, I've been in this location for about 1.5 years, and this table has just gotten super dirty and like nicked up, and there's like cuts from box cutters, and so this is no longer like really a viable option to take photographs on. And this thing is just too dirty. I want to find a permanent solution, kind of like a wood panel kind of backdrop thing to put here, but for now I just picked up one of these. I mean, these are super cheap, so I can just use this nice clean one. But the goal today is to finish this bag of Boulder Hill mask playset parts. I worked on this last week, but the goal today is completely finish this bag and this thing. And if I can do that, then I'll get into some other stuff, but that's going to be the main goal. So here's everything out of the bag. This is the remaining parts that I have to list that I probably can list. Got this thing right here. This went on the bottom of this, so this will be a decent listing. We got this piece here. This thing was a little bit bent, but just barely, so I think I'm still going to list it and just take a photograph like from down there. You can barely even tell, but I noticed it was a little tiny bit off, but I'm still going to try listing that. These like gas station machine gun things are good. Like these go on here. So like this listing right here will be solid. I got the jail door. I got these 2 guns. This I'm going to try listing. I don't know how well it'll do. This pole part. And then these 2 pieces, I'm going to see if I can find out what they're called. If I can, I'll list those. If not, it's not a big deal. I don't think I'll get that much money for these anyway. I think these will be like the best listing, but I'm about to research this stuff. So when you're going through stuff like this, it does take a little bit of time because I'm not an expert on this. So I have to research all this figure out what everything is called, but usually, because this playset's called Boulder Hill, so I can type in Boulder Hill parts or part on eBay, and I can just go through sold listings and active listings and then see what people are actually calling these things and see what kind of price I can get for them. So that does take a little bit of time. So I'm going to do all that, and then I'm going to photograph these. Also, real quick, this thing is way too big for me to ship. That's why I took, like, this part was connected to it and these were connected to it. That's why I took those off so I could sell them separately. So I don't know what I'm going to do with this thing because I know there's going to be a little bit of value to it. I might try listing it local, but I just don't know if there's going to be that many people around looking for this base plate. But I'll probably list it local, give it a shot. And if not, I'll just give it away to someone else who sells bigger items. Just finished researching and photographing all this stuff. I ended up getting 10 listings out of all this, so not too bad. So my strategy with eBay is I don't run sales, or I'll take an offer if someone messaged me a fair offer, but I don't have best offer on my listings. What I do is every month an item doesn't sell, I'll lower the price about 5% until, just in case I overprice something, until an item sells. So sometimes if I'm not sure about something, I price it a little bit high just to give me a cushion, just in case I didn't know what I had, and then someone got a deal, and then I'll lower it if I have to. But yeah, I'm obviously not going to get this for all this, but with all these listings, I'm gonna have $225 worth of listings from this. So obviously all these are not gonna sell within 1 month, so that's not gonna be a final number. But even if I got half that, I would be happy. So yeah, we'll see how this stuff does. I'm gonna get this stuff listed. I don't wanna photograph anything else yet. I just wanna get this stuff up, and then I'll see if I have time to do it some more. I'm on my way to the post office, and I just kind of wanted to talk about it for a second because it's very frustrating. Obviously the post office is slammed during the holiday season, but to combine that with the whole COVID thing, it's just like out of control. I'm having packages that aren't even getting scanned, or they're not getting scans for over a week. I have a package that's going to the same state that I'm in, and they shipped it off across the country. So what should have been like a 2-day delivery is now going to be 2 weeks if I'm lucky. And I don't know, it's just awful. It's just out of control. I'm kind of like hesitant to even sell stuff. For a second, I thought about just closing down my store until the holidays are over, because I have a feeling I'm going to be issuing a ton of refunds to people that are going to be super pissed that they didn't get their item in time for Christmas, or just people that are like, don't understand how it works and they're super entitled, and they're gonna, I mean, I've had this happen before where they're like, no scans for a week. They're like, this package is lost. I want a refund right now. So anything I sell, I'm pretty much at this point figuring that I have like a 50-50 shot that it even arrives without having to refund someone, which is like just really bad. I personally know these packages are all going to get there eventually, but some people are not patient and don't understand, and it's just a bad situation. I'm not really sure what to do because I can't really do anything about it, so I'm just going to still ship stuff. And yeah, I don't know. Obviously, if you guys sell on eBay, you should be aware of this problem, but if you don't, that's what's going on. It's taking, like, I have stuff from November that still isn't properly scanned, or it hasn't even arrived yet. And I ship a lot of media stuff, so media mail is just, it usually is 2 to 8 business days, but it's always closer to 8 business days, which is almost 2 weeks. That's probably shot up to like a month at this point. So anyone who's ordered stuff like that within December probably isn't getting it in time for Christmas. And yeah, just a little rant here, but that's kind of what's going on. I had some time to kill, and I was near the little podunk thrift store that I went to a couple weeks ago. I didn't have that much time to be in the store, but I just went through some of the media and I found a few items. Got a couple DVDs. These are all brand new sealed, and also a CD. Paid $2 each for the DVDs and $1 for the CD. So I have like $5 into all this. And yeah, not huge money here, but I'll definitely make some profit. That's going to be all for this video. As I mentioned before, I don't have a lot of time to be listing items right now because of working overtime with my regular job. So those 10 items that I listed, the Boulder Hill playset parts, that's all I got listed this week. And that's more than I thought I would. But so I'm not going to have another chance and free time to list items until like December 17th or 18th, which at that point, anything listed then is just not going to make it on time for Christmas, especially with how the post office has been. So I'm kind of just relying on what's in my store. And yeah, I'm not going to be in any rush to get more items up for Christmas because it's just not going to be enough time. But once Christmas is all done and everything, I'm going to have a lot of time, and I'm going to get a bunch of stuff listed, including all those DVDs I bought a while back. Link to my eBay store is in the video description. Until next time.
I'm sweeping and packing. These dividends I keep stacking to the roof. I'm out of room. I'm gonna have to get a bigger broom.